My presentation is about simple statistic final project, one prop Z test. We choose this specific subject because Luz has a child under the age of 5 and was looking into putting him in daycare. So she was wondering what % of people put their children in daycare before the age of 5. The question that we asked was, would you put your child in daycare before the age of 5? The data that we collected represents the number of people who put their child in daycare before the age of 5. We are using an alpha of 0.05 because it is standard. We gathered our data by our group members asking a number of random American parents. This question was for males and females. Data was collected independently. The population is all American parents. The sample is 51 random family or friends. In order to avoid bias, we made sure to ask our questions to people of all ages, race, and ethnicity, as well as location and gender. The following table shows that we had 34 yes and 17 no. So the majority of those sampled said they would put their children in daycare before the age of 5. 60 exact, and to be exact, it's 66.7 said yes, which is 34 over 51. Those that said no made up 33.3%, which is 17 over 51. The H0P is 0.61. The portion of people who would put their child in daycare before the age of 5 is 61%. HA P is greater than 0.61. The proportion of people who would put their child in daycare before the age of 5 is greater than 61%. We also included the citation, and then we verified the conditions. Condition 1, random and independent. The data was collected randomly. Condition 2, large sample. Population is greater than 10 times the sample size. All our American parents is greater than 10 times 51, which is 510. Condition 3, big population. N times P is greater than 10. 51 times 0.61 is in fact greater because that equals 31.11. N times 1 minus P is also greater than 10. 51 times 1 minus 0.61, which gave us 19.89, is greater than 10. Then we made the calculation, and this is what we came up with. And since the p-value is bigger than 0.05, we do not reject HO. There is not enough statistically significant evidence to reject HO. I included the number of American parents who put their child in daycare before the age of 5 is not greater than 61. We are 95% confident the proportion of American parents that use daycare for their children before they reach the age of 5 is between 53% and 80%. I learned a few things from this project. The first thing was that not as many people put their children in daycare before the age of 5, as I thought. Although the majority of people did say yes, I thought the number would have been much higher than 61%. It's still very high, but not what I expected. But in the end, I am not surprised by the turnout because most parents will need to be working and don't have time to take care of their children 24/7.